do you get when something so bad happens that a terrible sadness is carried with it and the soul can't rest? Then sometimes, just sometimes, that soul can be brought back to put the wrong things right. And then you mix that with a rising Hollywood action star and the son of a martial arts legend with a Ghostbuster. It's time to fire it up. Tonight, I am your host, and the movie is the 1994 cult classic, The Crow. But I cannot do this without my amazing co-hosts, starting with
Steve Hose Nose Lewis.
as well as
Fire it up, Rob Williams.
awesome. I love it. You guys were way more animated with your fired up than I was.
I'm fired up.
I would do that, and then he'd be like, "Well, I'm winded and I can't speak anymore."
Yeah,
I do it, and I'd start on the right arm, just like the other guy, and we just punch fists by accident
Yeah.
instead of coordinating ourselves.
I think I tore a rotator cuff. There goes my pitching career.
Yeah, no pitching in the majors for you.
Sorry.
You got your Jays hat on, so you're supporting them that way.
I do. It is game 4 of the ALCS at the moment. I'm so dedicated to this podcast that I'm here and not watching the game on my iPad right there.
Yeah, same here. Totally.
Yeah.
Sports.
I do not have the game up. I am focused solely on this podcast, for which I am your host tonight. This is my movie pick. We're talking The Crow. Thank you for humoring me in my movie pick. I'm so excited to talk. I was so excited for this movie, but I thought for sure that we had already done it.
Yeah, I'm
which is
actually
why it
surprised
hasn't
you
come up before now.
Yeah.
I love this movie. And yeah, I'm so excited to talk about it. But first, I see some people in the chat that we need to say hi to. Of course, I think I've embarrassed Tony into not being in the chat 2 hours ahead of time. He's only been here for 19 minutes, but that is long enough for me to call off the search party. Tony, I'm so happy you're here.
Before we go on, are we noticing these things at the bottom are huge?
Those are massive. Yeah, what'd you do?
I did not do anything. I think
What'd
they
you do,
changed they constantly
line
changed the format. This is great though. We can see them even better.
Yeah. It's like when you embiggen the font on your phone or your computer.
We gotta call our
Right, Rob?
grandkids to figure out how to make it small again.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you making fun of my large font on my phone?
Yes, 100%. I'm happy you picked up on that. Anyways, VJ Baby, always in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us, as always. There's a Peachy Chris.
Oh, fuck you, Rob.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay,
That's
here
I'm
we
doing
go.
extra
We'll do
shirts.
this. We'll do this.
Sure. That's better, dude. You got to get a mini puffed soundbite going, because that's I was gonna. Christine, this is your disclaimer. There is no mention of Stay Puffed or mini puffs this episode.
I gotta write. I'm writing that down. Mini puffed. Good idea.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some good ones out there. See, Steve's already gone. He's just
Here's the
like,
closest I
"Fuck
got
this."
to mini puffed. There.
Get your headphones back on.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Not necessary.
Yeah, Christine. So there he is. Look at that.
Oh, isn't it cute?
It's cute. What if I hold it like this and just pretend it's me all the time? I really like the one line in the movie where
There. Now
robots.
Christine has no excuse. She's
need a
not
mini
allowed to
puff.
leave. Before we get started, Tony, this has been a long time coming, but I do have to do a bit of show and tell.
Okay, he's pulling out. Ooh, the jacket. Because this is audio as well. He's holding up a jacket with all these Ghostbuster patches. Oh, he's got the
Invasion
North
color.
Ontario Ghostbuster patch on the jacket. Congratulations, sir.
I think it's pointing to
deserves-
Thunder Bay.
There you go. There you are.
Tony, I know it's been a long time, but yeah, I wanted to show you it is prominently displayed on my Ghostbusters jacket. Thank you again for sending that.
Awesome.
With that, let's jump in. So for those of you who don't know or just appreciate a good recap, The Crow is a supernatural superhero comic book series created by James O'Barr, revolving around the titular character of the same name. The series, which was originally created by O'Barr as a means of dealing with the death of his fiancée at the hands of a drunk driver, and was first published in 1989 in Caliber Comics. It was directed by Alex Proyas, starring Brandon Lee, Ernie Hudson, Michael Wincott as Top Dollar, David Patrick Kelly from Warriors Commando and John Wick as T-Bird, Lawrence Mason as Tintin, you might know him better as Lord Nikon from Hackers, Michael Massey as Fun Boy, and Tony Todd as Grange.
Candyman.
And yes, you may also know
That's
him
right.
from such
Thank you.
features as Candyman.
I
Yeah.
saw Candyman in the IKEA in Vancouver once.
What?
Me and my friend were walking through IKEA, and then I look over. I'm like, I see Tony Todd, and I look at my friend. I go, "Is that the Candyman looking at sheets?" He goes, "Yep,
Someone
it
said
is."
his name 3 times in the mirror
Yeah.
section.
Yeah.
Sorry, I digress.
Now he's eating all the Swedish meatballs.
But yeah, great cast. Excellent movie. I should also say we also have a younger Chad Stahelski, who is the director of the John Wick movies, as a stunt double for
Hmm.
Brandon Lee in this
Nice.
movie. They came up through the same martial arts school. It was the Inosanto Martial Arts Academy. So yeah, they were friends 5 or so years before The Crow. Yeah, and he ended up being a stunt double for the movie and his stand-in after Brandon Lee was killed, unfortunately. But yeah, we got some details for you there. I don't necessarily want to dwell on it, but I feel like it's a big part of the behind the scenes of the making of the movie. Yeah, what's
Yeah,
not to like about this movie? I
Unfortunately,
guess
a lot of people do dwell on that, and it's the
I
only
mean,
thing they dwell on, and
it's
sadly.
it's not the only thing we're going to talk about
No.
because the movie itself is great and it has an interesting story about the making of. But yeah, we'll touch on it for sure. Unfortunately, but first things first. Rob, when was the first time you saw this movie?
I don't remember. I did remember seeing it like in '94. I must have been coming back from Tassis, or was in Tassis, or just coming back from there, as I said. I'm wondering if I saw this on either the Super channel.
Channel?
Yeah. I think I might have seen it there or on video. I'm pretty sure it's one of those two. I didn't see this in theater, but I'm pretty sure this was one of those rentals or free views.
Well, it's considered a cult classic for good reason.
Yeah.
Quickly before I move to Hosnose, just quickly for you, thumbs up, thumbs down. How do you feel about this movie? How was it on the rewatch?
On the rewatch, it was good because I had not seen this since probably the 90s. I shouldn't say that, maybe early 2000s, but it's been a long time since I've seen this. And I was actually a bit nervous about it. And I'm kind of glad for the most part it held up, and I can see why I enjoyed it as a younger person.
Yeah, this is typically a yearly watch for me.
Yearly watch, wow.
Yeah, I love this movie. It's close enough to a Halloween movie that it's become that for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I love it. Steve, how about you? When was the first time you seen this movie?
I thought I had seen this in theaters.
Yeah?
And then when I rewatched it yesterday and the remaining half today, I don't think I'd seen it before.
No
Is it
way.
one of those situations where you saw bits and pieces over time and you
I
just
think
assumed you'd seen it?
Yeah, and people talk about it and everything, and you see the iconic face makeup and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I was watching it, I'm like, I don't remember this.
And
So
there was a lot of
honestly think,
sequels and a TV series
yeah,
as
but
well.
I think yesterday might have been the first time I watched it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of exciting
Interesting.
too. Just at a high level before we dive into the details, what did you think?
I'm giving it a solid thumb sideways.
I'm sideways. ever crotchety.
Not a Janine Landing.
By the way, I love that the thumb rating you guys did on the Janine episodes. It's just like
Oh,
such a crash.
The Janine Landing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And sorry, Hosnas.
so anyway, we won't dwell on it too much. I think it was maybe I was expecting more. I don't know.
I mean,
I didn't
it is
hate
a
it.
cult classic, so I'm sure you've heard people talk about it. Word of mouth is
Mhm.
huge for cult classics of this nature. But yeah, it was made on a budget of 23 million. It ended up making overall 94 million bucks.
Wow.
Now I don't know if that's only box office or if that's also home video sales, but for me it was absolutely like first time was VHS. I remember vividly owning this on VHS and watching it. Like I said, this is a movie that I know we don't always pick movies that we've seen and absolutely love. Sometimes we'll pick movies we haven't seen, or maybe
Mhm.
some that are just funny to subject our co-host to.
I don't
Funny.
know.
Use that term air quotes. It's funny.
Yes, but this one, especially because it's so close to Halloween when we're streaming and recording this,
Mhm.
it felt right, especially when I found out we hadn't done it yet. Yeah, I love this movie, and it's held up for me.
That's good. That's good.
So, Rob, we'll start with you. Is there what would it be your most, I guess, for lack of a better term, most noticeable aspect of it? Like what is it about this movie that you remember kind of,
It
when you first started thinking about it?
it was the darkness of it. It was the angst of it. It was like I think of it now. It's like watching a Hot Topic make a movie, but
Yeah.
in
It was
but not
before
in
Hot
an.
Topic was
I don't mean
cool.
that in a nasty way, but as my younger side trying to identify with the sadness and grief of things, and it's you always have as you're a young kid, and again, this was '94, so I was out high school by this time, but I was in my 20s, and you're still kind of at that age where it's just like listening to music and experimenting with types of music and movies and just learning about other things. You're growing up as an adult, and so that's what I saw this as the gloomy, broody sort of side of you that just wants to scream at the world. That's how I've pictured this as a kid or as a young guy, and now looking back of it, it's like, yeah, that's why I recognize this and identified with it. It's badass, it's dark, everything's and just shooting and killing and no consequences.
That's exactly it. Is a classic revenge movie.
Yeah,
with a very heavy emo goth rapper.
All it was missing was a trench coat on this guy.
Dude, there was a trench coat on this guy. Did you watch the movie?
He was wearing it. I just noticed him so much without.
Did you be honest, Rob? Did you watch this movie?
I watched this movie, but I was like, I was just picturing him without the trench coat half the time.
He wore a trench coat for so long.
What did I just miss?
It was a long black trench coat. You missed like the middle 75% of the movie.
I swear to God, I watched this movie. Oh my God.
I think it sounds like I'm borrowed his whole wardrobe from Trent Reznor.
Yeah, he might have. I mean,
like you're on the soundtrack. Hey, Trent, can I just, we're about the same size.
Okay, yeah, so did any of you guys wear a trench coat?
No.
I did. Thinking it would be the coolest thing.
Sounds about right.
Did not work out.
It never... Anybody who wears a trench coat in real life that isn't like a celebrity or something, you just look like a psycho.
It's one of two things. You're a psycho or a pervert. It's one of the two.
Yeah. Or maybe a businessman.
Yeah, but then you should be like 50, 60 years old.
But you're not wearing
trench coat's different than an overcoat.
Businessman. Okay, fair. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, trench coats. And I mean, you mix in things like, it being associated with emos and like Columbine and all that stuff. Yeah. Like the trench coat was a risky piece of fashion to adopt.
I like what Tony says right here. I love my sicko years. That's I think you meant Psycho, but I
So-
can't. I
yeah, yeah.
recognize Sicko as well. I do recognize Sicko as well.
I mean,
So-
Tony works in the film industry. I
Yeah.
can see it. He's probably still in his Psycho years. Tony, I say that with love. I know people in the film industry, and yeah, y'all ain't right. Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that, though. I did want to talk about the soundtrack. Did this soundtrack resonate with you guys? Hose Nose, I'll start with you.
Hells yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
how?
Yeah, and I think about we're saying like things that resonate over the years, and me apparently not even watching this movie, but I knew that soundtrack, big time.
Yeah,
That
I feel like
I
the
have that
soundtrack was pretty
soundtrack, so,
famous. It was pretty well known.
yeah, big time.
I vividly remember seeing it on the shelves in music stores.
Mhm.
Have you got a favorite track from the soundtrack, Hose Nose?
Well, like Tony said, the Cure one at the beginning.
So we have The Cure with the song that they wrote for
Yeah.
this movie, Burn. And then we have Stone Temple Pilots, we have Violent Femmes, Nine Inch Nails, Rage Against the Machine, Jesus and Mary Chain, Helmet, Rollins Band, Pantera. Like, this soundtrack is a banger.
Yeah.
So it was The Cure for you?
Oh, that's one that just instantly pops out of my mind. I'm just scrolling
Fair.
through it now. Yeah, Big Empty by
Yep.
STP. Like I love that song, even outside of this movie.
Yes.
So that was always on heavy rotation back in the day. Yeah, I think I might listen to this tomorrow while I'm walking
yeah.
aimlessly.
Well,
In a trench
hopefully it's raining and you
Yeah.
can get into the whole vibe. Don't
I'll
bring an
just- I'll
umbrella.
Show up with my
Yeah.
face painted.
Oh,
With his
show up
big
painted
beard,
up like
face
Yeah.
painted,
bro.
eyeliner.
Oh,
What?
my
What's wrong, guys? What?
Yeah. That would be awesome. I
And just
love
come in
that.
natural, like not even angry. You're
Yeah.
just like, hey guys.
What's up?
Yeah. Hey guys, I brought donuts.
Dark donuts.
Yeah. Our goth donuts.
Goth
yes.
donuts.
Yeah.
It's dark chocolate.
Yeah. Rob, how about you? Did the soundtrack resonate with you?
Not one bit.
Wow, that does not
I-
surprise me in the slightest.
I thought I thought I dug this, and then when I listened to the movie, I was like, nope, don't like any of it.
Where's my
Maybe
spin
the-
doctors?
Yeah, where's
Yeah,
my spin doctor?
Where's Phil Collins? Where's the Spin Doctors?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You shame me my music, but still,
I
it was
do.
just like I did not like Ava. And then the last song that came on, I was like, nope, fuck no. I turned it off. I
Oh
couldn't.
wow,
The
emphatically.
last
no,
song
eh?
was just like it was too. It sounded like someone was trying to start a career, and I was not in. I was in
Wow.
had no time for it.
Strong feelings from Rob.
Yeah. There's some points I was like the music with the shootout scene at the big giant table.
Oh,
That was good.
so good.
But I watched extended version of that as well, and it was kind of like the song was kind of repetitive and it was kind of taking away from things. And I was just like, yeah, I can't get into this. I respect it, but I
Continuous
can't
loop.
get into it.
Well, Archer, you've joined in a bad time because you are listening to Rob
Oh,
slag on the soundtrack of The Crow. No sunshine and lollipops here. No Mr. Sandman. All angst and emo. Thanks for joining us, Archer. Oh God, yeah.
that was
Take
more for me.
the
This is
sound-
for
yeah,
Archer.
that was
Mr.
yeah.
Ghostbuster!
The movie is absolutely aimed at Rob. Archer, don't mistake. Yeah, he's dude. Soundtrack is so good. Yeah, Big Empty. Big Empty by Stone Temple Pilots was the first song that I felt like I had really like fallen in love with all on my own. Through like no influence from my parents,
Mhm.
friends, or whatever. It was my song. And when I heard it in this movie, I lost my mind. Yeah, great soundtrack
That's
all
cool.
around. And yeah, the music in the boardroom shootout is brilliant. It's
And
so
I will say the band that was playing in the movie.
Which
maybe not
one?
much. The
The-
one with the lady and everything.
first
and-
one with the lady.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah.
they were good
Someone
at all,
grab
but
grab the hook
yeah,
and yank her off stage.
but they were
um,
like quintessential '90s band.
Yeah. Just
Just
like
the look and the
grunge,
sound and everything is just
emo,
like, yeah.
But the band that was playing during the shootout, A+.
Can-
You guys
I
can
have-
stay.
I have an odd relation, like an odd connection with that band you just mentioned. It reminded me for some reason. I'm watching this. Remember Tango and Cash?
Yes.
Mhm.
Do you remember that scene where Terry Hatcher and the band were out there and they had that thump 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 thump, and they were just like the wind machine? For some reason, I was like, that song sucked and this song sucks, and it was just like people just trying their hardest to be someone trying to make a band happen, and it
I
was
love
like,
how your brain just jumped to Tango.
oh,
and
dude,
Cash.
it was.
It's a hard
It's like
right
watching
turn.
squirrels running a little
Right?
running machine here.
I feel like I need to ask you to stop shitting on movies that we all love.
Okay.
I love Tango and Cash.
Take your sunshine and your lollipops and get the hell out of here.
So
Uh,
I'm like he loves Nerd loves
Yes.
Tango and Cash as well.
Yeah.
It's a great
We'll
movie.
get Archer on here, and you can go home and play with your My Little Ponies or some shit. I don't know.
My Little Pony.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. This is such a '90s soundtrack,
Mhm.
and like
I agree.
the '90s were the golden age for movie soundtracks being
Did we-
huge.
Did we put this or talk about this on our movie soundtrack episode?
I am
Yes,
99% certain
was
that I
talked
put The
about.
Crow on
Was
my
it?
list for
Definitely,
that
yes.
discussion. Yeah.
Because I remember I was like, when you mentioned, I was excited because I was like, thought I remembered enjoying it. And I
thought-
Let me go
I
to my
like this
letterbox
movie.
and see what
Yeah.
I have down here.
okay, link below.
Keep talking amongst yourselves.
All right. Well, fun fact: when they first started talking about making this movie, this is straight from the horse's mouth, straight from the writer James O'Barr. He was meeting with movie executives that originally wanted to make this movie a musical starring Michael Jackson.
What?
He had your reaction, Hose Nose.
What the fuck? Are
He
you serious?
he immediately, uncontrollably started laughing because he thought they were joking. He
Okay,
laughed
so
in their
this is what they
faces.
pitched to the guy who did the
Who
comic.
wrote it?
Did
The
you
guy
even
who
read the
wrote
book?
this basically as like a coping mechanism for dealing with the loss of his fiance in a tragic drunk driving accident, and they wanted to make this movie a musical
Wow.
starring Michael Jackson.
That's-
Fire it up, fire it up. We are
yeah.
going to fire it up.
Oh
Woo.
my god.
Jammo.
Yeah.
Come
He,
on.
yeah, he thought they were joking.
God.
And apparently his laughter at their funny joke was enough to get them to pivot. So that's good. And the rest is history.
I hope so.
So I also, first off, did you guys do any research on this movie?
I did my cursory level because I can't watch a movie and not look up actors.
Fair.
I
I
can't.
totally get that.
Me too. I
100%
did a little
yeah.
research just because I was interested.
Were you
Because
guys
Steve's not here, so
aware other than the obvious, the fatal shooting of Brandon Lee, were you aware of just how cursed this movie production was?
I heard.
That I did not know.
I've heard stories, but I don't know like the gist of it.
So we're going to list them off in no particular order. We have a carpenter suffering serious burns on his upper body during the first day of filming. A manual worker had a screwdriver embedded in his hand, and a truck burst into flames. A stuntman broke several ribs after falling through a roof. A rigger was horribly electrocuted. A disgruntled set sculptor went berserk and drove his car through the props department, destroying it.
Fuck.
And last but not least, a hurricane destroyed several sets.
Holy shit.
Holy mama.
Cursed
So
movie.
okay, so some of those things are just like act of God sort of thing, right? Are uncontrollable. But some of those things sound
Cursed.
like they should have had better control of the situation at the same time.
Oh, don't get me wrong. This movie was very haphazard by
Yeah.
the sounds of it. There was also, without getting too far into the weeds, and only because I have a funny story about this, rampant abuse of cocaine on the set of this movie. And again, the funny story here is that it was so prolific on the set. Brandon Lee actually got annoyed during a take because the cameraman sneezed, and he in an annoyed fashion said, "Well, someone just lost $50."
Wow.
I guess that's where the face makeup came from. Holy cow! Wow.
But wasn't there one scene where the big bad had a giant pile of cocaine and was
Not a
snorting it?
giant pile. Not a giant pile, but there was cocaine involved, which is one of my favorite scenes in the movie
So
because
that
it's
probably was
hilarious.
really real cocaine.
It might have been. Who knows?
Yeah, as the scene goes on, it starts to whittle down bit by bit.
I love drug.
Yeah. And actually, Archer, I'm so happy you're here because I was saving a fun fact. Well, for everybody, but mostly for you and me. So this movie was filmed in North Carolina, mostly because, like I said, the production was haphazard. In North Carolina, they didn't have the same rules and regulations that they do in Hollywood.
Safety,
Safety,
no OSHA here.
labor, all that stuff. None of those regulations are in
Wow.
place. The cement factory was featured in another movie that was a little rough on their people, particularly their stunt people. The cement factory was used as the hideout of the Foot Clan in the Ninja Turtles movie.
Really?
Oh boy! Wow. Was there any injuries in that movie?
And how? Again, not to get too far into the weeds, we already did Ninja Turtles, but the basically all the stunt people were Hong Kong martial arts actors.
Yeah.
They were all scared to death of getting injured, because if you got injured and you couldn't perform anymore, you got put on a plane back home and you stopped getting paid, which happened to the Raphael stunt actor when he did the stunt where he goes headfirst into the garbage basket. He broke his nose.
Jesus.
Oh man.
So yeah, North Carolina, don't make movies there. So I did want to get into the regular stuff here. I do have some more fun facts that I can sprinkle in, but Rob, we'll start with you. Did you have a favorite? Let's start with favorite lines. Did you have a favorite line in the movie?
I had a few.
Well, let's give me one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of which one to. Okay, so like let's do the one where. Sorry, what's the main villain's name again?
Top Dollar.
Top Dollar. I never
You
really
never
realized
hear,
that's.
you don't hear his name in the movie.
Which is what you want. You don't want to have your villain known.
I mean, it doesn't really matter though, right? Like, he's a pretty memorable villain.
I
It
love
kinda
him.
matters.
Why even
so
give him a
much.
name at all? I mean,
Yeah.
Top Dollar is pretty good. It sounds like something out of a Guy Ritchie movie, but
I'm not a fan of the name, but I'm a fan of the villain. He's such
Michael
a badass.
Wincott is
Michael Wincott's so fucking
he
awesome.
is the bad guy of every 90s movie ever.
Yeah. I think this was before he did Robin Hood.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew
Of
you were
course you
bringing it.
did.
I mean,
Rusty
it's
Spoon.
Brian Adams is on the soundtrack. Of course Rob likes it.
I hate Brian Adams.
You liar.
I do not like Brian Adams.
Sorry, Rob
Good
loves
Canadian
Kevin
kid,
Costner. That is
That's the Kevin
scientific
Costner.
fact.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. But okay, so the scene where he's like, quick impression for it. I can almost do Wincott if I had a cold.
Do
Quick
it.
impression for you. And then he's like, caw, bang, fuck, I'm dead. You know, for some reason I was laughing my ass off on that one.
It's a funny scene, right?
And the way he just kind of goes
Yeah.
bang with his hands.
Yeah. I appreciate it, a villain that screws around a little bit and
Yeah.
enjoys his work. Let's be honest. He enjoys the hell out of
He
his work.
enjoys it.
If you enjoy your work, you never work a day in your life. right?
Exactly. Yeah.
He's
Never
got a
work a day in
biography
your-
coming
yeah.
out here, kind of like
So-
The Secret.
Speaking of Top Dollar, the bad guy in the movie, did either of you understand? I've seen this movie dozens of times, and I still don't fully understand Top Dollar's business model. It's
No.
basically light fires, profit.
Light fires once a year.
Yes, once a year.
I did not, and this is one of my issues with this movie: is nothing was really explained other than guy dies, girlfriend dies, then he tries to kills everybody.
I
But we
actually
don't know
like
what the
that they don't explain everything in the movie.
well, they don't have to explain everything, but like usually movies have some
Right.
sort of explanation about what does the bad guy do? How did they get there? What's his
What does it
name?
matter?
See,
I
it
mean,
kind of
it's I joke about the fire stuff and the prophet stuff, but the first time we see T-Bird and Skank, they're smashing up an arcade.
Mhm.
It's very clear that Top Dollar is gouging the arcade for protection money.
yeah.
He runs a protection racket and occasionally lights the odd fire here and there.
I think he also owns the buildings though too,
He
because
does, because
he
that's the
sent
other
them in
part.
to kick him
Yeah,
out.
he owned Eric and Shelley's building.
Hmm.
And yeah, which hence him sending the goons after the people that were leading the tenants petition.
Maybe he's making money on insurance.
I mean, possibly,
He's probably doing it all.
yeah. I mean,
And-
he's a slumlord. He's running a protection racket,
Yeah, yeah.
and he likes fire.
And it's
See, you don't
I
need to have everything explained to you. Hose knows.
Not everything.
it sounded
Just
like
the
he was
bare
the one that-
minimum. Other than here's a bad guy. We're not going to tell you his name. He's the bad guy. Look at that giant pile of cocaine. Bad.
Yes,
giant pile of cocaine and fucking his sister. There you go. That's the bad guy.
Was
yeah,
that in the
and
movie?
I think they.
That was his sister, dude.
Who?
Yeah.
That was his
Micah.
sister. The
what?
girl, the
Micah,
only girl in the
the
movie that
lady-
wasn't. Yeah,
the lady with the eye thing.
the one of the three girls.
thing with the eyes. But
one with
I mean,
the-
yeah, the first time we see Top Dollar and Micah, they had very clearly just murdered another lady.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bad people.
That was his sister.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, I
different
missed
mother
that.
though, or different
Missed that.
father. Different father.
Yeah, they're half siblings.
Yeah.
But
You can see the resemblance. They're both
Yeah.
psychos. So
I actually have that as my first kind of personal note about this movie is I like that they don't explain a lot. They just let you figure it out or
Yeah.
not. 6 minutes
I
into
mean,
the
there's-
movie, I timed
not-
it.
There's not much to figure out.
No, there's really not.
You get killed, and then there's going to be revenge. That's it.
Yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
the voiceover at the start explains all you need to know about Eric and the Crow. But then 6 minutes into the movie, you see Eric Draven rise from the grave and he's off and running. That said, though, they did cut out a significant part of the movie that was basically only there to explain things. There was
Yes.
a character in the comics, and they filmed scenes with him
Hmm.
called the Skull Cowboy,
mhm.
who is basically a previous crow that had risen from the grave to take revenge, but then he didn't make it back to his grave in time,
Bro.
and now he's stuck. He's basically in purgatory. He's an immortal, and he's stuck there, and he basically just makes it his purpose to explain what the hell's going on to the new crow and the audience.
Mhm.
The
and they cut
Skull
that out.
Cowboy.
Yes.
You and the actor, you knew who the
Yeah,
actor
it's
was,
the
right?
guy from The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
Don't know
can't
who that
remember
is.
his name. But
big, tall,
they-
ugly guy.
they
Michael
filmed
Shannon.
no other guy.
No, Michael
older.
Berryman.
Yeah, they filmed a lot with him, and then the story was they actually had Brandon Lee signed on for 3 movies, with the plan for the second movie at least being that Eric Draven was going to be the new Skull Cowboy. He was going to be the mentor for the new Crow guy.
Mhm.
Was there any can you see any of this cut stuff?
Yeah.
There's only like remnants of it because the
Mhm.
story goes is that the original kind of rules around the powers were if you did anything that wasn't related to taking revenge, you would temporarily lose your powers.
Hmm.
So the scene where he makes the morphine come out of Sarah's mom's arm, that's not related to taking revenge. Immediately after that, he loses his powers, and then a goon that he had rendered unconscious wakes up and attacks him and severely injures him. Which is why after that scene, Eric shows up and he's all like taped up with like electrical tape.
Mhm.
That's a remnant of him taking a bunch of battle damage that he didn't immediately heal from.
And electrical tape is way more gothy.
Yes.
It's also stretchy.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah. But yeah, there's remnants of it all over the place. And it's also why at the very end, when Eric has essentially lost his powers, he's
Uh-huh.
like crawling desperately to the grave. Because if he doesn't make it to the grave, he's stuck on Earth.
Yeah, see, some of that explanation would have been good. And
I
and
felt
same
like
thing with
pretty
where he
pretty
has the
clear.
crow, he like winged him or whatever, right? He's not dead,
Yeah.
but he's lost his powers. And just like, what? But the crow's still alive.
It's hurt
What's
though.
going on here? It's hurt.
I'm
Yeah.
not dead yet.
It's hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then the kind of backstory that they cut out at the end was him going in to the church to save Sarah. Like his at that point his job was done. As
Mhm.
far as the crow was concerned, it was over. So basically the last scene with the Skull Cowboy was him explaining to Eric, if you go in there, you're not invincible. And Eric's just like, well, fuck you, I'm going in. And then when Top Dollar reveals that it was on his order that T-Bird and his crew murdered Eric and Shelley,
Hmm.
he
Revenge
gets his powers
again.
back. Yeah. Because it's one more guy that he needs to take his revenge against, hence him being able to put all of Shelley's pain into him.
Mhm.
Yeah. Shouldn't have cut that.
Why?
Well,
At no point when I was
Because-
watching this movie, I'm like, this is dumb. It doesn't make sense.
Because you've seen it 40 million times
Yeah.
and can
But
follow it.
even the first time, like I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but I didn't find
think if
myself
that stuff was
questioning things.
left in, don't get me wrong, I'm not shitting on this movie. But I think if it was left, that stuff was left in, or even just a little of it, it would have elevated it a lot more.
Yeah? I don't
Yeah.
know, man. The idea of Skull Cowboy kind of puts me off a little bit just because he's Captain Exposition. Like we don't need
Yeah.
to
No, I
visit
can
the
see
kids
where you're
do.
coming from. You don't have to be like everything, but just like
Yeah.
something to bridge those gaps and to kind of
And
fill those
they did
holes
with-
that we're now
with-
going, wait a second, why does he lose
That's
his
they in post they added in Sarah's voiceover
which I hated.
to fill. See, so what do you want? What do you want?
It wasn't the
Steve?
voiceover, it was her as an actress and her voice, her
She-
abilities.
I
She
wasn't a
was
fan of the
fine.
voiceover
I mean,
Get
either.
Never
McKenna
worked
in
with
there,
kids and
she'll do
animals.
it
We
right.
had both. Yeah, we
I
had both
would've-
kids and animals in this movie.
The Skull Cowboy was supposed to do the voiceover, right?
No, he was just supposed to explain to the camera all of this stuff.
It would have been nice if, yeah. I like
I
the
say-
idea.
I
that
say to the camera, tongue in cheek. He was supposed to be saying it to Eric. but
yeah.
through
Paying
Eric.
attention, people.
Yeah, exactly. To the audience.
Yeah.
Like, hey, are you following along?
Serious question about the Skull Cowboy in the comics. What did he look like? Did he look cool?
You look like
Actually,
a
the
cowboy
name's
with a
cool.
skull. Like you look pretty cool. You look better than what I saw in the deleted scene. But the deleted scene was very fuzzy and grainy.
Yeah.
And the acting was kind of like mid, but I think it was just because they were setting up the scene. It wasn't like a full on here's the scene.
Yeah.
So, but it was interesting.
The Crow is one of those movies, and sorry, Host knows I'm not harping on you, but this is one of the points that I like about the movie. It's one of the movies that I point to when I'm thinking about movies that don't over explain things in a good way. I like that. I also like that there's no like crazy like prologue. Literally 6 minutes. Eric is popping out of the grave as the Crow, and he's off. I love it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's what surprised me. It jumped right into it, and he's off to get Tintin. And it was kind of cool that we're not delayed. Just go right.
Yeah. Okay, so was the scene with Fun Boy Brendan Lee's last scene. Yeah, so let's get into it. We have the question. So the scene with Fun Boy that you're probably thinking of where he crashes on Fun Boy and Darla? No. The scene where Brandon Lee was shot and mortally wounded was the flashback scene where Eric comes into the apartment and the gang is already in there assaulting Shelley. Originally, so in the movie, it goes down. He comes through the door. Tintin turns around and hits him with a throwing knife, and he goes down. Originally, the way it was shot was Eric enters the apartment. Fun Boy turns around and shoots him. And yeah, they can't use that footage.
No.
But yeah, that was the last scene. And I don't know how much you guys want to do of a deep dive into what happened or why.
Well,
But there's a
Sorry.
cool connection to the John Wick franchise because of this incident. Like I said, Chad Stahelski was Brandon Lee's stunt double. He stood in for a lot of shots after Brandon Lee had died. In the makeup, he was brought on because he was a stuntman and he looks like Brandon Lee. So a lot of the scenes are Chad Stahelski after Brandon Lee had passed away. And that's why in the scene where the Crow is taking down T-Bird, he doesn't speak because that's all Chad Stahelski.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So there is a scene where they keep him in shadow deliberately, but there's a scene where some light flashes up and you can see it's clearly not Brandon Lee. But they also used a lot of digital face swapping.
I heard
Really?
that. That was surprising, especially at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1994.
I didn't notice it at all.
No, it was pretty well done. And I mean, you use, cut scenes that you didn't use earlier. You cut in, scenes into later on in the movie. Like they did a good job of finishing it. Yeah, without Brandon Lee, unfortunately. But it is really just a tragic story of just negligence with firearms on a film set.
So this is what I heard. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. So there was this. They were setting up one scene, and they had, was it dummy rounds? So were
So
they?
There's two kinds of rounds.
So there's
at play.
blanks and there's dummy round, right?
Yeah. So
the dummy round is just like it's got the bullet head and the primer or something. I don't know.
So
Explain
Fun Boy
it.
uses a revolver. And revolvers, you can see in the cylinder, you can see the bullets, you can see the rounds. So obviously, if you have blanks shoved into a revolver cylinder, you can see that they're not real because the bullet part of the cartridge is removed. So for a previous scene with a revolver, they use dummy rounds, which is, the armorer, the props master, taking the bullet out of the cartridge, taking all the gunpowder out, leaving the primer in, and then putting the bullet back into the casing. What happened, though, was someone was dicking around with the guns, and they'd pulled the trigger, striking the primer on one of the dummy rounds. And obviously, there's no gunpowder in the casing, but the primer was enough to propel the bullet partially down the barrel of the gun and lodge it, resulting in a squib round, is what they call it, or a squib load. Sorry. But then the scene where Fun Boy shoots Eric, they were using blanks, which are bullet cartridges with the bullet taken out, but the gunpowder left in. So you pull the trigger and it makes a bang.
Ooh.
Right.
But in this case, you now have a bullet lodged in the barrel of a gun and a gun going off with a full load of powder now propelling a bullet.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he
That's a
technically did get shot.
Yes, he actually did get shot. He was in a coma for a little bit and passed away the next day.
Wow. Okay, that's different than what I heard. I heard that was just like it was a blank or something, and the gases in that he was too close or something, and it.
No,
did
he
some
was
damage.
literally shot.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's the thing. Like when I say negligence, you have someone dicking around with a gun on the set, but then you also have, the props master or the armorer, whoever is in charge of firearms, not checking for obstructions in the barrel of a gun you are going to fire with squibs or with blanks.
And
also,
that's frustrating.
I thought in movies too, or on not just movies and theater and everything. You never actually aim at.
They don't
person.
anymore
You aim to like just
because
the
of
left
the
them.
crow. They don't.
Wow. Huh.
They
of this,
aim it
yeah.
away from the camera, from the actor, and use the camera to make it look like they're pointed at them because of this incident.
Wow.
Yeah.
And because Chad Stahelski was involved in this movie, now he's directing John Wick movies, which are very heavy on gunplay.
Mhm.
They
They don't have a
guns.
single actual real firearm on set. They use
Really?
they use electronic guns. So guns, when you pull the trigger, they're tracking electronically when each trigger is pulled on which gun, so they can sync up muzzle flashes and bullet strikes in
Mhm.
post.
Oh wow.
But like the slide on the guns actually like move
Huh.
like so to make it look real. But there are no actual guns being fired with blanks on the sets of those movies.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So when Rust came up, Chad Stahelski was like, "Dude, like this is avoidable. You idiots! Like this
Yeah.
is something that is entirely avoidable. Like we have the John Wick movies where guns are everywhere and guns are being fired every minute, and there's literally zero danger because they will not take any chances with safety."
Mhm.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Again, it's just a demonstration that this movie was poorly made in many ways when it comes to the
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Just rushed, just super haphazard.
Yeah.
Just a negligence
shame.
abound. But yeah, it's crazy to think about. And unfortunately for the actor that plays Fun Boy, Michael Massey,
Yeah.
that really fucked him up.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would think so.
He quit acting for a little while, but like he passed away in 2016, I want to say, but like he had nightmares about that until he died.
Mhm.
Like
Understandable.
it really fucked him up. Like rightfully so. Like, yeah, who wouldn't get messed up by that? So yeah, what just a crazy set of circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So I do have a list of scenes that were completed after Brandon Lee's death. If you
okay.
guys are interested.
Yeah, I
Lay it
am
on me.
curious because you can't not watch this movie without thinking like where did they do the old switcheroo
It's
or something like
interesting, right? So the first one is the scene where Eric first enters the apartment after digging himself out of the grave. The footage of Lee walking through an alley in the rain was digitally composed into the scene where he comes through the door in the apartment.
that? Mhm.
And then they used computers in 1994 to add drops of water.
Wow.
Yeah, just to make it look like he had just come in out of the rain.
Yeah.
And then the when he smashes the mirror, when he sat down and putting on the makeup,
Right.
the face was Brandon Lee's, but it was digitally altered. It wasn't Brandon Lee.
Interesting.
And then the shot of Eric Draven being thrown out of the window was Brandon Lee's face composited onto a stunt actor.
Huh.
I didn't notice it because I was noticing more that the around the body falling looked more like it was like blue screen sort of thing. So it distracted enough. The other graphics distracted away from the face graphics. So
Yeah.
interesting.
And then there's the scene with Eric walking towards the window with the crow on his shoulder in the apartment after he puts on the makeup.
Mhm.
Every time lightning flashes and it lights up his face, Brandon Lee's face is digitally composed onto the actor.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
And then Eric's rooftop running scenes, all performed by stunt doubles,
Yeah.
and enhanced with CGI. Yeah, when Sarah visits Eric and Shelley's apartment, we never see Eric's face. It's all a double.
Yeah.
Eric's guitar solo, double. The car chase, like I said, where he's menacing T-Bird, that's all Chad Stahelski. Yeah, and that's why the crow doesn't speak in that scene.
Hmm.
So there is one scene at the end right before T-Bird goes up in flames where you see Brandon Lee's face.
Mhm.
Again, that was digitally composed from outtakes from the pawn shop. And then a double was used finally for when the crow lights the gas in the shape of the crow on the pavement. It's like it was quite a bit.
That is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I did have some insight too as to like what happened after Brandon Lee passed away. Because the movie wasn't done yet. Obviously, they filmed a bunch of stuff with doubles, like we just went over. It obviously shut down production. The movie was
Mhm.
unfinished. Paramount, who was producing the movie, basically like wrote the movie off for insurance purposes. They're like, it's never going to release. They wrote it off.
I was curious if they had decided at any point just like stop.
They pulled the plug. They're
Hmm.
like, obviously, they lost their main actor. It's not going to get finished. The company that you see at the start called Entertainment Media Investment Corporation was created for the sole purpose of reviving this movie and getting it finished.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so it ended up. So did they get the profits for this movie now, or like
I don't know.
I wonder what the legal side of that was.
Yeah, I don't know. I would be curious, but there's zero information on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the IP rights in Hollywood are crazy.
You work so hard on something, and you put your time and effort and your soul and your life into this, and it's just like you always have that question: is should we go on or should we just stop? And it's in this whole adage of the show must go on. He'd want us to do this. You start to ask those questions, I'm assuming, when you're in a situation like this, and it's not an easy thing, because a lot of people would say, oh well, let's just get the money out of what we can, and it's not as simple as that.
Yeah.
So obviously these people had a lot of pride and love for what this was.
And James O'Barr, the writer of the comic, he struggled with that a lot too, because he was friends with Brandon Lee through this movie. And James O'Barr has his own history. Like the whole making of The Crow, like the comic strip, was basically like a way to cope with the loss of his wife in a drunk driving accident. And then all the shit on this movie happens, culminating with Brandon Lee being killed tragically. So like this poor guy too is also being put through the ringer, and probably didn't want to think about the movie or even the character or the IP anymore.
Yeah.
But he also bought into getting it done for Brandon.
And he relapsed as well. And
yes,
with the drugs and the alcohol and stuff, because the dude had a friggin' hard life.
Yes, he did.
And and so when you finally think you're over the hump, and all of a sudden it just slaps you right back in the face again, he
had a rough go for sure.
But I hear he's better now. He's kind of gotten through it, which is a very positive thing.
It is
as
positive.
best as you can get through it. I mean, addiction never leaves you, but
no, but and I hope that he would know too, or he would be aware of how much love there is for this movie.
Yeah.
And I hope that would help him kind of just get through everything.
Yeah.
But who knows, right? Like, who can say? Yeah, I can't imagine. But I had actually started to get into favorite lines, and then we went off on this whole tangent.
You took a turn.
We took a hard turn.
Okay, so that was my. Yeah,
we got into it organically, which I can appreciate. That was Rob's favorite line. Hose Nose, what do you have?
I don't have a lot, because I didn't find it overly quotable.
That's fair. Did you, other than that, did you have anything that you wanted to talk about of this movie? I don't want to necessarily like pigeonhole you if nothing really like stood out to you or was quotable.
No, I think I had one where it was both a quote and a scene, and I probably get I don't actually know what the quote was, but I have my notes.
I'll help
Ernie
you.
Hudson just walking around his apartment in his boxers and wearing his hat,
And his
his
hat.
police hat. And
Yeah.
I was like, I was typing Ernie in his boxers and hat ? And then the crow says like, dude,
Still wearing your hat.
you're still
You
wearing a
still
hat.
have your hat on. It's just out of the blue. Yeah.
I love
What was
that.
going on?
I loved Ernie Hudson's character in
Yeah.
this movie. He was great.
Yeah.
I
Extremely
remember-
likable. And just sorry, Rob, go ahead.
No, I apologize. I
No,
just
no.
remember this was the first movie I saw after Ghostbusters, and like, oh, dude, this guy has a career. He does
Yeah.
other movies. He should always be. I thought he was always Winston. Nope.
Well,
He's this guy.
because apparently yesterday was the first time I watched this. I had no idea he was in this.
Nice.
And my first note is Ernie Hudson ? Exclamation question.
Hell yeah.
Did you like him in his?
Yeah, no, I thought he's great. I
He-
did.
he
He
was a
was
good guy.
he was
Yeah.
super cool in this. And he
Yeah.
had a decent sized part too.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Like he had great scenes with Sarah, awesome scenes with Eric. And then like he was directly involved in the shootout at the end and ends up killing Tony Todd's character, Grange.
And
was
also,
in-
he's a trombone player. Did you know that? Because it's
Um,
sitting there on the couch. I don't
That's
know why.
right.
There's a trombone sitting. I know
Because
this
he's
because
walking
I
around his
used to be a
underwear with his
trombone
hat
player.
on, his cop
Yeah,
hat.
That
just,
would be
717
amazing.
trombones. Just
Yeah.
playing
Yeah,
along
Crow
to the
walks
music
in.
there.
He's got it for the wah wah wah.
Yeah, that's something.
Amazing. Yeah. Rob, any other favorite quotes?
He's such a dick.
Favorite lines?
Well, besides the fire it up one, there was
You like
another
Fire It
one.
Up, eh?
I
That was the
just-
first thing you said when I picked this movie.
God damn, it was so good. What's Skank? God damn. Okay, first of all, I thought Skank was the guy from the Super Mario Brothers with Leguizamo.
Like Bob Hoskins.
No, I didn't think it was Bob Hoskins. Yeah, I thought he was one of the Koopa brothers in that movie. He was also like I think one of the guys who drove the car from Ferris Bueller or something.
I think he
that
might
was
be
him
the only
confused
person
with
that
John
actually remembers
Leguizamo?
him.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what was that?
You got him confused with John Lozamo?
No. He was one of
Oh,
the Cooper brothers. When you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But there's that one scene he's in there where Michael's giving his rounding speech and getting everybody fired up, and he's like, "How do you
Michael?
feel?" He goes, "I feel like a little worm on a big fucking hook," and it's just like I killed myself laughing.
His delivery and then Top Dollar's quoting of that line,
Yeah,
I absolutely love.
your mama must be really proud.
Yeah,
After
it
that.
just Skank just clearly just on so many drugs, all of the
Yeah.
drugs is I feel like a little worm on a big fucking hook. And then Michael Wincott repeating that line is I feel like a little worm on a big fucking hook.
God
Love
damn.
it. Yeah.
Skank is like the way he delivers his lines. He's got a mouthful of marbles half the time, and it's so funny. I don't know what accent he has, but it's always just like he's got his face beaten out 5 times before he says anything.
I think he's fluent in meth.
I was gonna say, he had a mouthful of meth.
Which is a style back at the time.
Yeah. No, he was a great actor.
He was. Yeah.
Absolutely great. Yeah, all the actors were really good. They were really
There were
convincing.
so many named actors. I was like, holy crap, he's here. He's here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which we'll
And
get into later. but
Dude, that was one of my favorite lines/scenes, also involving Skank and Top Dollar, where Skank is recounting his encounter with the Crow
yeah.
and T-Bird, and Michael Wincott looks at, I think it was Grange. He's like, I feel like we need to record this and then play it back at half speed. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Steve, anything else? Not necessarily lines or whatever. I want to open it up for you a little bit. Just
Well-
anything else you want to talk about this movie, like the themes, the visuals, anything.
I'll just say that one of the scenes that I did like was actually when T-Bird gets blown up. Because I did like how he was like being all cocky and fuck you and all that, until he started realizing that this was happening when he starts taping his head to the
Yeah.
car arrest and everything, and then you see the fear in him, and I don't know. I think it was just an
Oh, this
awesome
is
way
actually
to,
happening.
A
Yeah.
great piece of acting.
for him
Yeah,
to go out that way.
100%.
I
And
did though laugh when they opened the trunk to show all the explosives. There was like a Acme comical, like
Dynamite
TNT
bundle.
dynamite is like,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, props department.
Yeah. How lazy are you? Like, we
Yeah.
know that this is explosives.
Yeah,
You don't have
we've
to,
all seen Bugs Bunny.
have a big plunger there
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Well, that explains the coyote with the sign that says "Yikes." So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
that's what he did before he went to the water. He's holding the sign.
But
One question about the design and look of everything. Those are all miniatures, right? The city?
Yes.
That was all just like a model?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Miniatures were used heavily for
Yeah,
the city.
and
Fake fire.
And the car chase was all done with miniatures as well.
really,
Yeah.
because that took me out of it a bit.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh boy.
But it's stylized, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, I can't blame you.
Yeah, and I was trying to like think, well, maybe they're trying to go for oh god, I'm blanking on the movie's name. With the guys in the dark trench coats were floating around and trying to
Dark
kill you.
City.
Dark City.
Mm. I
It was
saw
kind
a-
of that vibe sort of thing.
Or even
But
just
yeah.
like a more grounded like Gotham. It feels like.
There was
Even
a
though
lot
it's
of Batman
it's
influence in here.
clearly Detroit and not like an analog for New York or like
Mhm.
Gotham City, but it felt very like comic booky to me, very stylized like Gotham.
There were scenes in this movie where it was like I felt they're leaning too heavy on the Batman themes, because there's one where the makeup itself has a very Joker style face, and I know that it's very different from the comic book, and so I
Mhm.
feel they eased up on it. I heard that he wore the makeup, slept in it, and it wore down a bit, and
Yeah.
made it look a little more.
Brandon Lee
Yeah.
was very dedicated to this movie, and that was all his idea.
Yeah.
To have the makeup look worn out by sleeping in it.
But he also
You know.
carried the Joker vibe. There's a one scene where he's like, "Gentlemen," and I almost followed. Let's broaden our minds, Lawrence.
There's 2 Joker-esque scenes. That's in the boardroom at the start.
Mhm.
Are you talking about the shuffle?
Yes.
Yeah, the
That was very
shuffle.
Joker-esque.
I've written down after everything's the police come in pointing their guns. He's like, "Yeah, da, 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 da."
Yeah.
Well, he had that kind of playful vibe
Which I dug.
occasionally. Kind of like it struck me as like a Harlequin-esque type thing. Like he's being a bit of like that theatrical clown, like the mask
Yes.
that he gets the inspiration for the makeup from.
I
But-
think that gets forgotten a lot, especially nowadays when people look at The Crow now.
Yeah.
They think of I at this point, if you're Sting the wrestler who got his vibe from this movie,
From The Crow. Yeah.
I think has overtaken a lot of that in modern sort of pop culture vibes now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But he yeah, I liked how he shifted based on the situation.
mhm.
He could be the silly jokey guy. And like it's something similar the first time he meets up with Officer Albrecht again. And when Albrecht has a gun on him, he says, "You move and you're dead." And he
Oh,
says,
right.
"Well, I say I'm dead and I move." He's just messing with him, right? Like he's half joking.
That's good.
Like
Yeah,
he's just dicking around.
forgot about that.
But I like how he also completely drops the scary bad guy or like scary, vigilante act with Sarah.
Mhm.
Like I liked how his tone shifted, and like he's so threatening with the pawn shop owner. Like just
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
him adapting to the different scenes was really cool. Yeah, it made it feel more natural and believable.
Because there were scenes where it was really cool. Like he's playing with the light bulb with his forehead while hassling Fun Boy, and then he
Yes.
shoots him, and then he looks through his hand, and that whole moment
He's
is so cool.
He tells Fun Boy a joke.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus Christ, stop me if you heard this one. Jesus Christ walks into an inn. As he's getting shot,
Yeah.
hands the innkeeper 3 spikes and says, "Bang, can you put me up for the night?"
And that's where the Harlequin sort of Jokerist sort of thing
Yes.
comes in. But then there's
100%.
other scenes where it goes a little bit over top, like so just before he's standing on the table, gets shot up to hell, falls down, and everybody's laughing. And then some guy with a beret and an Uzi, such the 90s gangsta with glasses as well, which what you
Yes.
saw in Batman.
Very
like,
cliche
"Where did he
gangsters.
go?"
Yes.
Just, oh man, I was just like, get rid of that guy.
That guy's
And
too
the
cliche for
extra.
this movie.
And the extra, the one that's Skank, there's this girl that Skank hides behind, pushes her into the crow. Fuck, there was one take in that scene. She's smiling. There's guns flaring, people dying, and Skank pushes her into the guy who's been killing everybody, and she's like, this is my big moment on screen. And it's just like, it was split second, they push her out of the way and get going. I was so mad about that extra. Sorry,
that's a weird
I'm
thing to
getting
say, huh?
unrationally mad about an
Yeah,
extra.
that is irrational. I agree.
Yeah. Thank you.
But entertaining.
What grinds my gears?
Yeah, that is clear. Sorry, Rob, did you have any other favorite scenes?
I was
favorite lines?
ranting. I should
were
let
ranting.
you talk.
And furthermore,
Here's another thing that's
I
wrong with your
did
generation.
like the scene where he's menacing Gideon, the pawn shop owner, and he's quoting Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
It's so good. I mean, he misquotes it, but it's enough that you recognize it as the Raven
Yes.
by Edgar Allan Poe. So good.
the pawn shop owner being character actor John Polito.
Yes.
I love that guy.
I love
Yeah,
that
he's
guy.
great. He's so
Yeah.
good.
Reminds me of Mario from Mario Brothers.
Well, we know what Rob's next movie pick is. Jesus, I'm already dreading this.
Maybe actually.
Come on, man.
I like the fact you put all the rings in there though, and just
Yeah.
actually that brings up a question. There was the scene as he stands there and shoots the rings and blows up the place, and then you pull back on the camera and I guess there's an actor standing at the corner of the street and the building blows. I replayed a couple times. I don't know if that was an actor or that was a dummy, but some friggin' stuntman earned their goddamn pay that day because the explosion, you see the coat, you see the hair, and he's like meter or two away from that explosion and fire and stuff. I was like, wow. It was quite impressive.
They had some very talented stunt actors
Yeah,
and
they
stunt
must have.
performers on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognized a lot of people just from other movies.
You said that he's quoting the Raven, and that reminded me of something I was going to ask. I'm pretty sure all these birds
Yes,
in the
they are.
movie, they're ravens, right?
Yes, they're all
They're
They're not
ravens.
ravens.
Yeah, that's what I
There
thought.
wasn't a single crow on the set.
I got a fun fact about that raven. Do you know about this, Jamie?
Probably hit me. Yeah.
Okay,
do.
I know,
so
yeah.
they did. This wasn't the only Crow movie. They did
No.
2 more movies after this. The only actor who survived or who played in all those movies was the
Is the raven.
actual raven itself.
Yeah.
It was the same exact raven in all 3 movies.
Yeah. Well, because
don't know
the
if it made the
ravens were
recent movie.
trained, right?
Yeah.
They were Hollywood animal actors.
I can't remember the name of the raven. I wish I'd written it down.
They had ravens that were comfortable with flying up to a person and landing on their shoulder. They had
Yeah.
ones that were good with flying in the rain or getting filmed flying stationary in a wind tunnel. So yeah, but yeah, all ravens.
Ravens are
They're
my
just
favorite animal.
visually more impressive than
Yeah.
your average crow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're very large.
They are. Yeah.
I was walking
they're-
the dogs not too long ago in the morning, and there was one on one of the recycling bins. I was like, "Holy Jesus!" Like it was very
Yeah,
large.
because they're a big fucking bird.
Yeah,
The name of the raven was Magic. Magic.
Magic. Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite lines is actually related to your scene, Steve, with T-Bird. T-Bird's demise. Just the end of T-Bird's speech when he recognizes Eric Draven, and just that the denial sets
Mhm.
in.
Mhm.
Just I love his acting in that scene. It's like you ain't you can't be you. We put you through a window. You're
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
And just that
Yeah.
it's not It's not fair. There's no coming back. That's against the rules. You're cheating. Like
Yeah.
I love that.
That is good.
You,
Oh,
you know
sorry,
where
go
else
ahead.
I know that character from? That actor,
Oh,
David
lots.
Patrick Kelly.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks.
Warriors.
Twin
What's that?
Peaks. He's in Twin
Oh.
Peaks.
Yeah. I got him
just-
from the
yeah.
Warriors, from
Yeah.
Commando, and from
Yeah.
John Wick.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know. I knew he was
yeah.
from Warriors, but I
I forgot
Yeah.
he was in John Wick.
Yeah,
Gosh,
he's the
yeah.
cleaner.
That's right.
Yep. There was one other line. I'm just going to paraphrase it because again, this is another scene with God. It's all that just that one scene that I just really enjoyed for some reason with Top Dollar and Skank, where Skank is telling Top Dollar how T-Bird is dead. Top Dollar's like, well, isn't that a shame? Let's all have a moment of silence, and then he just like rips a massive line of cocaine immediately. Like
Well-
it's so disrespectful, but I laughed my head off.
But that other line he says is like, our friend T-Bird won't be joining us on account of a slight case of death.
Yeah,
I was just like, that's good. Yeah.
yeah.
Some days I feel like that.
yeah, he dropped some amazing lines in that movie.
Moment of silence.
Yeah, and just snort. Yeah, he's
Freaking Wing
so
Chun's
good.
so cool.
The scene that I liked, I've noted, is when the crow plucks out the lady's eyes. That's what I
Oh.
wrote down.
That was pretty good.
Yep.
That was pretty good. All of the bad guys who die in the movie they die in a themed manner.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was all very deliberate in the writing. Like Tintin dies by his own knives.
Yeah.
Fun Boy gets a massive overdose.
Yeah.
Skank gets thrown through a window, like what happened to Eric Draven.
Mhm.
Micah gets her eyes ripped out. She has a thing for eyes, as we've learned. And T-Bird goes up in a flaming ball of fire in his car.
But see, that kind of leads to one of my other kind of not issues, but yeah, I guess issues I had with the movie was I didn't understand Micah and her whole thing and black magic and eyeballs, and I didn't know what the hell was going on with her.
Can't you just be a spooky person anymore, Steve? Everybody's got to have
Not with that weird
a motive.
headpiece she was wearing at the end.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she was a weirdo for sure. that lady ain't right.
I like the
uh,
pretty colors.
Yeah, she was weird.
Yeah.
But
I don't feel she was written very well, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah, to me, it felt like there was something that was left out again, like some explanation of what she was doing and why she was there, and the eyeball and all that stuff.
mean,
other than
They
just being weird.
you get a vague sense that she's into some spooky witchcraft shit. Like she's telling, Top Dollar that something bad is going to happen to you. The dude's a criminal. Like, yeah, thanks horoscope. Like, you're going to meet a stranger today. Thanks, lady. Go back to your eyeballs.
We're running out of time here.
We are, yeah. We can wrap it up. Thank you guys very much for
This was
for
fun talk.
discussing
I
The Crow
enjoyed
with
this.
me. I'm happy because I was afraid that I was just going to be talking 99% of the time about how awesome this movie is and all the crazy shit that went on behind the scenes. But yeah, I'm happy you guys thought it was a good discussion. That makes me feel a little bit better.
It's a good movie. I enjoyed it.
I love this movie. Steve, we'll start with the low score first. What would you rate this movie?
I'm gonna give this 6 ravens out of 10.
6 ravens? This movie's called The Crow, right, Steve?
Yeah, but there weren't any crows in it.
I love that. That's
6
just
ravens out of
perfect.
10. Excellent. Uh,
You stubborn old bastard.
Yeah, I love it. It's classic Hose Nose. Rob, how about you? Rating out of 10?
7.5.
7.5.
It was fun. I can
Nice.
see myself cosplaying as not really. I wore a trench coat. That's as far as I went. But yeah.
If I could pull that off, I would absolutely cosplay as Eric Draven. He
I could
looks
see you with the
badass.
white face and a beard.
Like I
That'd be
said,
awesome.
just put on the makeup tomorrow and go to work.
Yeah, just like Cesar Romero. Don't even
Actually,
shave
sorry.
my facial hair. Just paint
No.
over it.
Yeah, just put on the makeup tonight, then go.
Yeah. You gotta sleep in it.
Yeah.
His pillow's all full of white and paint or something.
Like,
Ever
Jamie,
seen
you need to
IT Crowd?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hastings in a
Yeah.
suit. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
That's what I would end up looking like.
Yeah. You're gonna walk in
Thanks,
immediately.
Mom.
You're like, Jamie, you need to go to HR.
Yes. Like, why? I brought
Having a
donuts.
lovely day.
Yeah. 7.5, Rob?
Yeah, 7.5.
Not bad. I was also thinking 7.5 little fucking worms on big fucking hooks out of 10.
I'm surprised. I thought you would have given this higher by how much you said you loved it.
No, I love this movie. It's not like I try and be fair. Like I try
Yeah.
and rank it against, other movies. And like, is it the best movie ever? No, absolutely not. Do I love the shit out of it? 100%. I
So what's
love a
holding
lot
it
of
back?
there's a lot of really weird compositing stuff. I mean, they're being very ambitious with the special effects and the
Mhm.
doubles and the replacements in 1994.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
Um,
ambitious.
Yeah, and the story is a little bit muddled for sure. Like there are a lot of questions raised, but I happen to like that it's a little bit just left to the imagination. But I realize that that's not necessarily the best way to write a movie. Like the writing in the movie is not super tight. Yeah, and like Steve and I talked about, or we I guess all three of us talked about Afterlife, Ghostbusters Afterlife earlier this week.
Mhm.
That movie has very tight writing. The
Mhm.
story is very well crafted. The Crow at its core is a very simple revenge trope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is it fun as hell to watch? Absolutely. I love this movie. So yeah, I love lots of movies all over the rating spectrum. But I'm trying to be fair.
That is
Just
fair.
because I love the movie, it's not a 10 and everybody else is
Mhm.
wrong.
Why are you looking
Yeah,
at
I
me
was
like
thinking
that?
yeah, exactly. Rob, we are looking directly at
Yeah.
you, Mr. Waterworld.
Needs more cowboy exposition.
Yeah.
Just watch Cowbell.
Yeah, I love this movie so much, and I'm so happy you guys were
That's
down
good.
to watch and talk about
Yeah.
it. So much fun. But yeah, this is a yearly watch for me. I love it.
That's good.
What
Oh.
time? Sorry, before we go,
Yeah.
what time of the year do you watch this at? Is it a Halloween sort of thing?
Halloween. I mean,
Okay, cool. That makes
technically it
sense.
takes place on October 30th
Yeah.
on Devil's Night,
Right.
which is
Devil's
close
Night.
enough.
And I got my Devil's
Which
Night
is,
greeting card,
or
which
at
is
least
nice.
was, apparently a real thing in Detroit on
Oh,
October
dear.
30th. It was basically, yeah, it was all about arson and vandalism.
Huh.
So yeah, scary stuff.
So
Yeah.
come on down and check out Detroit.
Yeah, everybody come on down to Detroit. Don't worry about the river that's on fire.
Oh, thank you,
who's-
VJ. Thank
Yes, that's
Oh shit!
right.
It's your birthday tomorrow.
Happy early
worry about
birthday, Rob.
Happy 29th.
you.
Yes.
29 plus 2. Sorry, 29 times 2. Math teacher.
Math teacher.
Math teacher.
Yeah, remember your bed mask, kid. Your order of operations. Whose pick for movie is it
Well,
next?
we got to do Hose Nose still
Yeah.
Huh?
because we had to jump over him.
Oh, right. So next
so-
up, Roger Rabbit is what you're saying.
So Roger's Rabbit, yes,
Right.
is still coming.
Oh
out.
yeah.
And then it'll
Yeah.
be mine, which I haven't decided yet. So we'll hold off on
Awesome. So next up, we have Hose Nose's movie pick, which is Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
that. Yeah.
Oh
It's gonna be
man. Yeah, 100%. Okay,
Yeah.
with that said, we'll wrap things up. Hose Nose, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me in the gram, as the kids say, Hose Nose Paints for all your mediocre D&D minis. I am working on something. There he is,
That's
Your
cute.
your monkey pirate.
Furious George. And yeah, don't forget to check us out on letterbox.com where you can search either Hose Nose or Generation X-Wing podcast, and you will find our lists of all the movies that we watched, including lists of the soundtracks and our sports ball episode and all that other stuff. So
The
check
link is
that
below.
out.
Yeah.
The link, smash that link.
And Steve 3 couldn't be here with us tonight. He is traveling again. But you can find him on Instagram under Shitspeckled Muppet Fart or Steve 3D.
Yeah.
or unboxing things on Saturdays.
Or
Yes,
unboxing things. Yeah.
DL44.
So I don't think he'll be live this Saturday, but yeah, whenever he's home on the weekend,
Mhm.
you can typically find him on the DL44 network on YouTube, unboxing various things, mostly Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadrons,
Mhm.
either Saturday or Sunday mornings at usually around 10:30 Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a good time. I am there with bells on every time. Rob, how about you and the podcast?
Outer Rim Rookie on Instagram, Facebook, the Outer Rim Rookie Show on our YouTube channel. So don't forget to like, subscribe. We are nearly at 1,000. We're getting so close to 1,000. I think we're at 935 right now. It's not too
Wow.
far off. It's been growing steadily. And shout out to all the people who've been reaching out to me about the AT-AT costume. It's really cool because people are asking me some opinions, some advice, just showing me their costume. It's been really cool
Cool.
Nice.
connecting with people across the world. Like I
Who'd have
recently
thought?
talked to somebody in Germany about
Cool.
his AT-AT costume, so it's really neat. And
You getting
some
some
people,
help with your hoses?
I got some advice for certain ones, and I've been
Sweet.
giving advice. And it's also interesting to hear some people going through the same sort of challenges that I've been going through, and so you feel like there's a community. So it's been nice to do that. So yeah, and we're going to be at the Vancouver Comic and Toy Show as well. So
Yes, we will.
maybe I can get
Later this
some
month.
footage of that, and hopefully get some footage of some Ghostbuster stuff with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Ree standing awkwardly in the background. Stuff
Yes.
some of that.
We do have a review coming up of the Tools and Talent Black Utility Belt. And we will also on the, I want to say the 28th, it's a Tuesday,
Yes,
October
yes.
28th, we will have Doc from Tools and Talent on the show.
Yes,
Cool.
we will.
So yeah, we'll be shooting the shit, doing a bit of an interview, and we will be talking Ghostbusters, just lore and whatnot. It's gonna be great.
Nice.
Yeah, and with that, we will be back here next Tuesday,
Yeah.
right here on the Generation X-Wing Podcast YouTube channel with more Ready to Believe unboxing.
Yes.
So Hose Nose and I will be there. We will
Oh,
be
man.
finishing up the Hasbro Plasma Series Build-A-Figure from the Afterlife figure. So the Sentinel Terror Dog will be complete by the end of that episode.
Sweet.
I'm getting some FOMO when you guys do that. I want to be part of the unboxing.
Good.
sometime,
No.
So
Hopefully that means it is good content. It's
Pay
fun to
attention
do.
to
It
your
is. It's fun.
children.
Yeah.
oh,
And,
shit,
yeah,
I gotta go
we-
pick them
we-
up at the park.
As we discussed on the Afterlife episode just this week, coming up, we will be doing a look back at Frozen Empire because we never really did a proper like talk about it and
Mhm.
review type thing. And then beyond that, we'll continue our real Ghostbusters watches.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like we need
Yeah.
to take a break from the Janine episodes.
No way, man. There's still
Let's
good
just-
ones.
Let's just take a
Janine,
break
you're
here.
sending a wrong message.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It's all fun.
All right.
With that, thank you everyone who's in the live chat with us throughout. You guys are awesome. You keep things fun and interesting. If you're watching this back after the fact, thank you as well. My producer is reminding me, if you liked what you saw, please push the like and subscribe button. All right, we're out of here. Night all.
Let's go, Blue Jays.